Boo. Hello.
You said boo.
If anybody wants to know, we're 45 seconds late. Cass was trying to eat a granola bar and she would not let me start the live.
Are you kidding me right now? Do not out me like this.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny. We still started it at 10 though. So I think it was still 10 when I started it, so it's all good.
Okay, listen. I got nothing because you really have the advantage over me because you didn't sleep in the last reading sprint like I did.
Basically,
So,
I'm gonna have this feeling of superiority until I do that. But I probably won't.
yeah, because you're a morning person. I'm working on it. Working on it.
We'll get there.
How's everyone doing this morning?
Oh yes, hello, everybody.
Yeah, let's move on from Katie just outing me.
Damn.
I'm really excited about today.
Have some good sport.
I'm ready to read. I'm so excited. I love these reading sprints so much. Oh, apparently Katie is live doing reading sprints.
Oh my god, you guys should totally go join.
That is freaking crazy. Goodness. Do you have a plan on what you're picking up today?
I think I'm gonna read some more of Six Crimson Cranes.
Ooh, that would be the responsible decision for me to do.
I'm on page 100 now, so should keep going.
Okay. We still have 2 weeks though. We're good. Or I'm good. That's what I'm telling myself. Because I'm picking up. Do what?
For a second, I thought it was 1 week. It is 2 weeks.
No, it's 2 weeks. Yeah, I have all my live streams like scheduled in my head.
Oh,
you're so ahead. I'm kind of impressed. Are you liking it so far?
I'm enjoying it. I'm not like loving it, but it's definitely like it's a good time.
It's a good time.
It gives me Ghibli vibes almost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they could make this into a Ghibli movie.
I would love that. That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm picking up
Oh no.
Whoa. You said because it was by Cat Cho, you would give me the green card and you wouldn't judge me.
No, like the book itself, I'm sure is fine, but it's just always the covers.
It's always the covers, other than XOXO. Yeah, I'm picking up Once Upon a K-Prom by Cat Cho. I need something fun. I've read some like kind of dense books as of late. Like I read Babel and then I read The Queen's Gambit. And I'm just like, I need something fun and easy to read because I'm sick of like having to think with my brain while I'm reading.
Yeah.
But I am in the middle of an ACOTAR reread.
Don't need brains for that.
No. I read it. I was looking at my Goodreads. This is my 4th time reading it through. And I was like, dang. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna like wait till my Libby hold came in for the graphic audio, but then I was like, free account on Scribd.
Oh, they have them on Scribd?
That. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and they have the like all of them. I don't know about the last one though. Surely they'd have it by now. It's been over a year. It's been 2 years.
Since what?
Since Silver Flame.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh. Then they probably have that one too. I don't know. I'm having fun. So I was listening to it last night, and that's probably why I went to bed too late, because I was like, oh, I gotta finish the scene. I've got to finish the scene. Sorry. It's worse when it's like an audiobook though, because then I can't just like read it really fast to like get to the end of the scene.
Just crank up the speed. 4 times speed.
Not with the graphic audio. There's like sound effects and everything, and so I don't want those all sped up.
Do you listen to it on 1 time speed?
For the graphic audio, yeah. This is like the one time I'm listening to something at like the normal speed.
I get why, like for the graphic audio, but I still feel like that would drive me insane.
Yeah, well, I'm not in any like rush to read it, so I've just been listening to it at work, like while we're setting up and cleaning. So yeah, what is everyone picking up today? What's the reading plans?
What's the vibe?
You've got to share yours. Saturday. It is Saturday. I was really convinced it was Friday, so I'm glad I set an alarm last night, remembering that it was in fact Friday.
Someone started A Court of Mist and Fury. Love her.
It's so good. I literally I forgot how much I loved this series. I was like, oh yeah, ACOTAR, I love it. And then I'm like, okay, I really love it. Darcy asked, do I start Spy Family or Ranger's Apprentice?
I vote Spy Family.
We're gonna be no help because I'm gonna say Ranger's Apprentice. So, because our live show for that is next week. So
I forgot you're doing
not our, but
your.
My other friend. I'll prove that I do have other friends than Katie. It's kind of weird.
It's hard to believe, I know. I saw somebody was starting Clockwork Angel. I actually just completed a reread of that last night.
Did you really? Of the series or the first one?
The first one.
Oh, okay. I was like, that was fast.
I'm gonna continue my reread though.
Yeah, as you should. Okay. I was wondering how long you would hold out.
Well, I want to read them like The Last Hours and The Infernal Devices like close together so I can gauge which one is my favorite out of the two.
Speaking of The Last Hours, I broke my book buying ban.
Yeah, you still haven't read Chain of Iron.
Into February. I still have not, that is true, but my logic was I didn't want to read Chain of Iron and then have to wait for Chain of Gold, like for me to have Chain of Gold. Because I feel like I'm going to read them back to back. I just haven't found the time to
do that.
Hopefully Chain of Iron will happen this week. That is the plan.
I'm going to make sure it happens.
There's so many books I have to read. I'm just like, where is the time?
There is none.
I'm between either Cinderella is Dead or Legendborn. I haven't heard of Cinderella is Dead, but I did love Legendborn.
I've heard of Cinderella is Dead. Haven't read it, so I vote Legendborn. Oh, we have between The Cruel Prince and Good Girl Bad Blood. Obviously, I vote for The Cruel Prince.
I love how much Ranger's Apprentice discourse is happening in the chat. It's making me very happy. I love it.
I was about to bring up TID again because somebody's reading the manga version of Clockwork Princess. And I really like the manga for that series. I think they're fun.
I really wanted to pick up the manga for City of Bones.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said you kind of enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, the graphic novels. They're really, I love the art style of them so much.
Yeah, see if my library has them. See if I have time.
Somebody asked if we get overwhelmed by our TBR. Not really, because I just try not to think about it.
Yeah. When I have books I have to read, but I want to read other things, then I kind of get overwhelmed because I'm like, I should pick up 6 Crimson Cranes. But instead I'm going to pick up this cute little fluffy K-pop book. And so I feel like the closer it gets to the live show, I'll be like, actually, I'm a little overwhelmed and I should have picked that up earlier, but it's fine. I'm kind of scared to I mean, I did a video where I did all the unread books on my shelf, but I've gotten rid of a lot of books since then and I've read quite a few. So now I'm just not going to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull a Katie and just not think about it.
It's just better that way. Although to be fair, I haven't bought any books in 11 days, so I think things are starting to look good.
Wow. I made it through, not to brag or anything, but I made it through all of January without buying a single book.
Yeah, my goal is to not buy any more books in February. I bought a few on the first day, and then I was like, no, I gotta book buying ban.
I mean, that was my Valentine's Day gift to myself. That's what I'm saying.
Naturally.
Self-love.
As you should.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I have to work on Valentine's Day. I really wanted to do a little Galentine's with my best friend, but my manager the other day was like, hey. And I was like, yeah, okay, I figured. Oh. Hey. How do you feel about working Valentine's Day? And I'm like, serving a bunch of couples all day sounds like hell.
Sounds like hell.
But I'll do it. Faith says February is a book ban besides what? Whoa, English just left me. February is book, but ban. I'm assuming that's to say book buying ban besides new releases. I had an aneurysm trying to read.
No, you're doing your best.
Yeah, okay, Katie is absolutely an enabler because she was telling me the other day, I was like, no, I've already made it a month with within a book buying ban. And she's like, yeah, but like new releases don't count.
Well, they don't count.
See?
It's always good to get to new releases quickly. Then you can like talk about it with like people who are also reading the new release, and then it's just like so much more fun than if you
Yeah,
were to
and not
wait
get spoiled.
until you're
That's
off of your like I almost said boiling ban. Buying ban.
should we even be talking this morning?
No.
Almost says I bought 3 more books this morning. I cannot be stopped apparently. Hey,
As you should.
honestly, like I'm not trying to convince people to not buy books. I'm trying to convince myself.
If books bring you happiness, then like buy some books, you know?
Retail therapy
Yeah.
with books.
Just don't
Absolutely.
go too crazy.
Yeah. I just budget like everything out and like track my finances, and I was just like scared to like add up how much money I spent on books last year. And I was like, okay, we just slow it down. Just slow
I
it down a little bit. Because like I want to grow my collection, yes. But I just need to just slow down because it went from like 0 to 100. It was intense.
I didn't keep track of like how many books I bought last year, like how much I spent on them, but I'm doing that this year in like a Notion page. So that's really gonna keep me on track because I've already spent so much money on books and it's only February.
Do you know off the top of your head how many books you've bought so far?
Like 12,
Like 12.
15.
Okay, it could be worse. We're a month and a half in.
Yeah, but I bought some expensive books the other day, which was not my best idea. But
Can you share what they were?
oh yeah, I found the Illumicrate versions of the Inferno Devices on Pango Books.
Oh, wow.
They're normally like $400 on eBay, but they were like less than half than what they usually were. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I love making bad decisions. I'm gonna do it.
I love how you were like less than half.
We're not talking specifics here, but it was the cheapest I've ever seen them. And I was like, I cannot pass up such an opportunity because they're so
Okay.
pretty.
I'm gonna have to hire you to like scrounge for books for me because I can't find shit. And you're like, I scored this, I scored that. Here's what I want, Katie. Here's what I want. The Illumicrate Babel. Okay,
Oh God.
find me that for cheap.
Right. I spend way too much time on eBay and like Mercari and Depop and Pango, and I always go on like book excursions to find like the best prices for a book that I want. And like I will stock it. I've been looking for these books for like 2 years and I finally found a good deal on them.
A justifiable deal.
Yeah. I was like, it'll be fine. Just no more book buying for like 3 months.
That's not gonna last. You know that.
No, but I'm gonna try.
Good luck.
I have an $8 Barnes & Noble gift card. I think it'll get me through the months.
That'll buy you one children's book from Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. I could buy like a little novella probably of something.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. Barnes and Noble's always has them like just so expensive.
I know. I'll go to half price, I guess. Although then I can't use my gift card. Okay, whatever.
Someone said less than half equals $199.99.
We can all spend our money how we choose to. I was going through it. I needed some retail therapy.
Not Faith saying you're a PI for special books.
If anybody wants me to find them some good prices, hit me up.
She's like, I'm available for hire.
It'll only
Or she
cost
can
you,
fund her own PI book buying.
it'll only cost you what I paid for the books that I just bought.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Oh,
see,
yes,
you're not
no.
alone. Haley does the same thing.
I spend too much time looking for books.
I think the only time I spent like an excessive period of time searching for something was I was looking for a light stick for a group.
Of course, it's K-pop related.
I listened and I scrounged every site I possibly could. I came up very unsuccessful, unfortunately. But it was like every day I was like, any new deals? Anyone just randomly decided to sell their version 1 light stick? Anyone? Nope.
You just gotta keep up. It took me 2 years, so maybe you'll get there.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
Who's
it's for a group called One Us. They're my favorite group, other than Stray Kids. But
free promo.
for One Us, Listen. In my new vlog that's coming out Monday, I have like 10 minutes of concert clips, and I was like, y'all can just zoom past if you do not care. But like, I really do expose myself on how hard of a K-pop stan I am. I say some just off the wall shit. So
That used to be me. Like a couple years ago, I was deep in it.
you had your little BTS era.
I did.
I couldn't get TXT tickets. I'm very sad.
Oh, it's gotta hurt. I'm so
No, listen. Nosebleeds were like $100, which like isn't terrible for like K-pop, but it was 4 hours away from me, and I was like, to drive 4 hours for like nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And then like floor tickets were selling, like by the time I popped on was like $1,400, and like VIP packages were like $500, and that doesn't even include like ticket prices. Like the baseline tickets were like $200, and then they just like went up from there after the pre-sale.
Jeez.
Yeah, and like people spend the money on this, which is why they're charging it, and I hate it because I just wanted to see TXT again.
I
Like,
was
at least we saw them last year.
that's insane. I know, like, I had BTS tickets at one point in time. The concert got canceled, so I didn't get to go, but I had them, and they were unbelievably expensive. So maybe it was better that I got my money back for them.
That is something I like refuse to add up on, is how much like I spent on concerts last year. I can do like a quick mental math, and I'm just like, I cringe. I'm like, oh Cass, oh Cass,
Hey,
why
we all
did
spend
you
our
do
money
that?
how we choose.
But yeah, well, I did drive 4 hours to go see ONE-us, so we saw them near us, and then 2 days later drove out.
They're
But
like
I'm
your
only mentioning that
absolute
because like the book I'm reading today is related to K-pop, so it kind of justifies me discussing K-pop and
I
bringing
think
it up
that's
for
valid.
conversation.
You can always talk about K-pop. Some people like it.
That is true. And some people are like, oh, these bitches. Not the K-pop stans. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was editing and I was like, this is a really long vlog. And I was like, I have 10 minutes worth of just concert clips. But I was like, at least it's not a dedicated vlog. It could have been worse. I was like, y'all just skip through them. If you don't care, it's fine.
Yeah, I think doing like K-pop dedicated vlogs are like not it for you.
Not yet. Well, one,
It
because
takes
they take
months
forever.
to edit them.
And and two, it's just like clashes with like the rest of like my channel content. But I still
Well,
want to
that's
like
not even
share it with what, like, I don't know.
that's not even what I was talking about. I was just making fun of you for how long it took you to edit your TXT vlog.
Okay, listen. It's kind of worked out though, because I kind of posted it recently, so it's now that TXT is touring again, like people are seeing it. So like it worked out for the better. It's fine.
Look at that.
I was like, why are people commenting on this? I was like, oh yeah, because like they're touring again. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. My favorite concert was My Chemical Romance. My friend got to see My Chemical Romance.
My
She was
roommate
like
got
obsessed
to
with
see
them
it.
for years, and so when they bonded back together, there's like the holy trifecta of like early 2000s emo bands, and like which one of them disband at a time, because like Panic and Fall Out Boy were together, and then My Chemical Romance disbanded, and then I don't know if Fall Out Boy disbanded, but I know Panic recently did, so I think that's just funny, just emo shit.
I never listened to them like when they were actually popular. But like after the fact I did.
Yeah, I saw them on tour. That was my first concert, was Panic at the Disco, and I thought $100 for tickets was expensive, and now I'm like,
just a child.
K-pop stands are just different. But yeah, no, like the fees and shit they're charging on Ticketmaster is insane, because like it's basically a monopoly at this point, and it's I mean, the government almost interfered after like the whole Taylor Swift debacle. So I'm like, if it takes T Swift to like get Ticketmaster to not charge these ridiculous prices, then like it'll take T Swift.
What was this Taylor Swift debacle?
Oh, just like how quickly concert tickets sold out, or like they oversold somehow, and like they just, I don't know. Ticketmaster literally works with like scammers, basically.
Oh, nice.
To like have the scammers buy them and then resell them for a higher cost, because then they get more profit. Instead of just having everyone pay what is like posted. People post their like tickets. And then a lot of artists can't not use Ticketmaster, especially when they're so big, because Ticketmaster has like contracts with big venues. And so there's not a lot of big venues that aren't tied to Live Nation and Ticketmaster, since Live Nation and Ticketmaster blended together, forming this massive, almost basically monopoly. It's insane.
Wow.
So
Feel so informed now.
You know, I'm just here to educate y'all on the bullshit of ticketing. Should we start sprints in 9 minutes?
Yeah.
10:30?
10:30.
I like to give you a little bit of a warning, because you're always like, we should keep talking. Like, this is a reading sprint. We've got to read at some point.
I like the sprints, aside from the fact where we actually have to read.
Katie just wants to talk to y'all the whole time.
No, it's so much more fun.
Like, it is. Don't get me wrong, I love talking to y'all. But I'm also excited to read. I like both. I like the balance we have.
If we could just talk for like 2 hours, like I'd be chill with that.
At least I have my voice today, and I'm not like struggling. That was not the best time, I will say, when I didn't have a voice and we did one of these.
You were trying your best.
I was trying so hard. We're like, actually, there's no reading happening. We just call these reading sprints.
Yeah, that's just how we get
on your own time.
We don't actually do any reading.
If you're just joining, that's a joke. We will be starting reading at 10:30.
10:30. I'm gonna start sprinting.
Oh, Maggie said the tickets ended up being $600 on nosebleeds. Been there, done that. I don't want to talk about it. There was some miscommunication between me and my roommate between our first K-pop concert and how much I was willing to spend.
Not good.
It was that much for nosebleeds. It was insane. I wasn't even like deep into K-pop at that point, and I was like,
I'd be like, actually, sorry. No.
Actually, cover that yourself. Resell them.
I don't think I could.
It was, yeah. I like to not think about that moment and how I felt like I got conned out of $600.
I don't think I could actually bring myself to spend that much money on concert tickets.
Yeah, unless I'm front row for Stray Kids. But even then, I spent less than that, so.
The Wyverns and Words talking sprints.
See, it's just less appealing. It doesn't roll off the tongue like reading sprints do.
I don't know. I kind of like this.
No. We are reading. We're reading the comments.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's
yeah.
We're gonna do our 30-minute talking sprint, and then our 30-minute reading sprint, and then more talking sprints.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I haven't really regretted like any of the tickets I've bought. Other than like maybe there's like one K-pop group that I watched, and it was nothing against them. I just like dissociated so hard that I don't remember like a single thing from that concert.
Who was it?
It was Monsta X.
Oh.
I like wasn't a huge fan of them anyways. But I like genuinely like I've like searched my memory and I'm like, I don't remember like anything from that day. Like my anxiety was so bad. I like felt like I was watching myself watch the concert. It was weird.
That's not good.
Yeah, it was great. I like had the whole concert recorded and I'm like, I just don't remember this like at all. Dance of Thieves is on my TBR.
I want to read Dance of Thieves, but I want to read Kiss of Deception first. Like, what's that? The Remnant Chronicles.
Didn't we have this discussion last time?
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was like a series before it.
Yeah, it's a spin-off series. I didn't know that until a few months ago. I was like, wow. The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah. I'm trying to get through like my actual like books I own on my TBR and like buying more. And then I'm also trying to like complete some series because I keep wanting to finish series and I'm like, I have so many series I'm in the middle of right now. I've got to go through and like figure out which ones I actually want to continue and which ones I'm just going to be like, actually, maybe not right now.
I should also finish series, but that doesn't sound very fun. Like I'm in the middle of 2 of the Throne of Glass books currently, but I can't get myself to pick them back up.
Yeah. Those are hard to pick back up after you take like a break.
Yeah. Well, also I wasn't really vibing with either of them, so I was like, get to it eventually.
Yeah, the one your tandem reading does take a while to like get into. But tandem reading it makes it worth it because by the time Kingdom of Ash comes in, you'll actually have all the POVs like in order in your head. Because that was my problem. There was just so many POVs in the first or in the last book. I was just like, there's so many. Why are we following so many plot lines? Pick a plot line, Sarah J. Maas, and stick with it. You don't have to do 30 of these.
She really tried it. Maybe I'll never finish Throne of Glass.
I'm trying to think of when I did my last Throne of Glass reread, and I think it was 2021. So it wasn't even that long ago because my friend was reading it, and I was like, there's a lot of shit that goes down. I kind of want to reread it because I don't remember like what goes on. But I feel like it's too soon for another reread. It's just so big. So like to reread it is like a whole dedication.
My goal is to finish it this year just because I want to be done with it.
Fair enough. I'll be interested to see if you like enjoy it by the end.
Yeah, I really liked some of them, but I really am not liking. What is it?
Tower of Dawn.
Empire of Storms. I'm kind of liking Tower of Dawn, but I'm not really liking Empire of Storms.
Yeah. Those just take a while to like get into, I feel like, especially when you're tandem reading it and you just like want shit to happen. And you're like, can shit please happen?
Maybe eventually.
So I'm gonna ask you how school's going this semester. It's your last semester of college. How we feeling?
Senioritis kicking your ass? I've kind of given up on everything, and I've just been focusing on doing YouTube stuff, so it's kind of nice. Like, I'll try a little bit, but not that hard.
You're so close to the end, right? Like, by this point,
I'm like, if I get all C's, I literally will not care in the slightest, because I'm like, it's done. They don't even, like, when you get, like, your graduation honors, they don't even look at your last semester of grades, so I'm like, why would I try? You already know what it's gonna be. So I'm just chilling.
Interesting. So, like, they don't count it unless you fail?
Essentially. Well, I mean, like, it goes on your transcript, but, like, for your graduation, like, honors, like, if you're, like, cum laude, summa cum laude, whatever, like, they don't look at your last semester grades. So I'm like, that's the only reason I would want to keep my grades up is to, like, get my cool graduation honors, but I don't have to. Faith just asked me what I'm going to do after graduation. How dare you bring that up? Because I do not want to think about it right now. I have no clue.
Yeah, I've tiptoed around the subject every time we talk. I'm like, actually, maybe I shouldn't ask her.
I just prefer not to think about it because it sounds awful.
There's only one thing in the future I'm looking forward to, and that's like in August. So
yeah, what could that be?
I don't know. Something.
No, Faith, it's fine. It just sends me into a spiral a little bit.
She's gonna be reading during the sprint, just being like, my future.
Like every time I think about it, I'm like, oh God. Maria asked if I could just do YouTube. I wish, but I do not make enough to just do YouTube.
You'll get there. 200,000 is like on the horizon.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I'm so close to 10K and I want to do like a giveaway or like something. It's like, it boggles my mind. Like, it's crazy.
You really are so close. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll hit it this year. I don't know when, but this year. Hopefully.
I'm going to unsubscribe when you hit 10K.
Thanks.
9,999.
I was talking to my brother the other day because I was like, weren't you like my first subscriber? Because I've been telling everyone that you've been my first subscriber. And he's like, I don't think so. And I was like, what? I was like, I'm pretty sure when I started my new channel, you were the first subscriber. And he's like, that might have been your old channel. He's like, but I'll take that credit. Like, you can keep just telling people that. But I don't know who my first subscriber was. So it apparently was not him.
I found out yesterday that my mom was not subscribed to my YouTube channel. And I was like, what's that about?
What?
She's very mean. I made her subscribe though, so it's all good now.
The owner of my favorite coffee shop, she subscribed and she has like notifications on. So I'll like walk in the day after I post and she's like, I saw your little video vlog thing. You got rid of a bunch of books. And I was like, yep, little unhaul. Oh my gosh. You know what time it is? You know what
Yeah.
time it is? We'll just do 30-minute sprints.
Good. I can't take 45. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to
Oh yeah. Yeah.
type in? We'll be back at 11 a.m. CST. So we're just
Looks
going to
like,
read for a half hour,
yeah.
and then we'll come back and chitter chatter all over again.
Some cute emojis next to it. Keep myself entertained.
Gotta keep yourself entertained. That's what's important. Katie has a booktube channel but hates to read. She just hates reading during sprints. She just wants to talk to y'all 24/7.
No, I do love reading. I just like right now I'm just kind of like, what if we didn't though?
I'm always like, perfect. Now I like have to read. I have like dedicated time to read. Every sprint I'm like, yes. Reading.
There we go.
I'm excited to see what emojis. You gotta pop it up.
I made them 6
Ooh.
Crimson Cranes themed.
Very fun. All right. Happy reading, everyone, and we'll see you back in a half hour.
Fun. Boo. You're muted.
That's true.
Yeah.
I am muted. Yeah. I always forget. I said I needed a bookmark, so I used my receipt for my oil change. The only thing I have on hand. Oh,
How far'd you
I'm really
get?
enjoying that book. I really want to finish it today before work, but I don't think I'll have time. How did everyone's reading go?
I read like 40 pages, so.
Ooh, very nice. I think I'm up to 82. It's a really quick read, though. Lots of dialogue, so.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's fun, though. It's what I needed. Kind of not what I was expecting, though. But.
What were you expecting? And what'd you get?
Well, the love between, like, the normal person and then the idol, like, they had known each other in the past, which doesn't usually happen in, like, the books I've read so far, so, yeah. I kind of want to reread the one with the ugly covers, the ones I hate.
K-pop
Controversy and Revolution. Oh. Yeah, I want to reread those. I really can't justify that right now, though.
Oh, somebody made it to page 141 in Six Crimson Cranes, which is exactly where I am.
Page 141?
Yes, I stopped at a chapter, so.
That's snazzy.
So you and me, we're on the same wavelength right now.
I probably should have picked up Six Crimson Cranes today because I don't know when I'm going to pick it up. Hopefully next week, though. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's a really quick read so far, so I think it'll be fine.
It's YA, right?
Yeah, but honestly, I think it reads a bit younger than YA.
Does it?
I've seen a lot of people in the
Discord
talking about how it feels kind of juvenile, which I would agree with. Not in like a bad way, but I think it does read a bit younger.
Okay. That'll just mean I can read it quicker.
Yeah.
If it's not complicated to get into. Jessa says middle grade. I mean, I can't voice my own opinion, but I agree with I would agree with majority if most people are saying middle grade. I'm excited to pick it up. I'm glad it's so pretty as well. Like it's stupid pretty.
I'm glad it's so pretty.
I'm glad it's pretty. It's just like an added benefit.
I do just like admire the cover of it every time I pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, so a chapter of Guild. Good luck with the first one, my friend. It gets a lot better as you progress. So
that was one of the series that I was like, I should continue that series because I have my friend's Audible account and she has the whole series in audiobook. So I was like 3 times speed, just zoom through it.
I never got to listen to them on audio. How are they? Like, how's the audio?
They're not bad. I like them. I mean, like I said, I think I was like doing 2.5. 3 is like a little too fast, especially when I'm like multitasking.
Yeah.
But I think I like did 2 and then I like upped it to 2.5 once I got used to the double speed.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you what the original like narrator voice really sounds like.
Well, yeah.
But it's fine.
Do you have any romance recs?
Literally like every time someone asks me for romance, I'm like, ACOTAR. I'm like, be more original, Cass.
Do you want like fantasy romance or contemporary romance? I guess that's the question.
Because contemporary, it depends on which tropes you like too. I don't know. Spanish Love Deception is good. I want to reread that one. I always forget the second someone's like book recommendations. I'm like, what are books? Have I read a single book in my life?
Oh, fantasy romance. Well, absolutely. ACOTAR, yeah. The Play to Prisoner series, I think it's good as long as you make it past the first book. What other fantasy romances? The Bridge Kingdom series by Danielle L. Jensen's really good. It's not exactly fantasy, but it reads like fantasy.
I know I'm gonna love that book. It's on my TBR though.
Oh, the X-Hex? Absolutely the X-Hex. It leans a bit more contemporary romance, but there's witches in it. And I enjoy that
So
one.
there's a little bit of magic, a little bit of fantasy. Have you gotten your hands on the Serpent of Wings and Night?
I need to read that. It's like a vampire, I think, fantasy romance. So many people have recommended it to me, and I absolutely plan to pick it up at some point in time. I think I'll just read it on like my Kindle, maybe. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited.
I love that they're like vampire book.
Yeah, they know.
Katie, you're gonna love this.
Know me so well.
No, I love when people recommend books like based on like just what they've like seen from our videos. They're like, "You'd like this." I'm like, "Thank you."
You.
I don't want to say I don't keep up with a lot of new books, but I have like my kind of select releases I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'm just like, I've got to get some of these books off my TBR. Like, it's got to happen.
I'm trying to get better at like picking up new releases.
You've been doing really good this year.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, very impressed.
Darcy, I promise you I will read it sometime soon. Never you fear.
Adele wants to read the Poppy War series, as you should. That's a really good one. And someone's starting Babel. It's so good. I recommend taking your time with it and don't binge read it in one night and stay up till 5 a.m. I'm not saying that's what I did.
I'm saying that's what you did.
Allegedly. It's okay, I out myself in this next vlog. It's fine. It's fine.
Wait, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Just not my sleep schedule. Everything else is fine though.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Somebody's reading The Way of Kings. It's so good.
I just want the UK covers so bad.
I can't abandon my US floppy paperbacks. I
can. Oh, see, it's the floppy paperbackness that you love. I don't like floppy paperbacks.
Well, I mean, I like the covers of them too. Like, I think they're sick. They're not like.
They just gave me too much, like, I know they're adult fantasy, but they just scream adult fantasy.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah, but my controversial opinion for the day is I don't like floppy paperbacks.
Yeah, that's weird.
They're annoying.
Like, most of the time, I'm like, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but not on that.
Faith asked if we have any idea of what next month's book club book will be. That would involve planning ahead in the slightest. The only reason that last month we knew that Six Crimson Cranes was going to be for February is because we wanted a pretty cover for February because we're like, ooh, pastel.
Ooh, pastel. If anybody has any suggestions for next month, we're always open to suggestions.
Please, absolutely.
Maybe something a little, springy almost. There's springy fantasy stories.
Oh my gosh.
It will be March.
Actually, no, we need a book with a leprechaun because like my favorite holiday, St. Patty's Day, is coming up.
I'm glad I was.
Y'all already know I'm going full out.
I'm gonna get you so much like St. Patrick's Day themed stuff for your birthday.
No, please don't. I already plan on like buying like a stupid amount of shit from like Michael's and like the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a St. Patty's Day 24-hour readathon. Like, ew. I'm excited. I feel like I need to explain this joke for those of you that weren't there the day that St. Patty's Day just became like my favorite holiday. Mm-hmm. So like Katie's like really into Halloween, and I was like, I don't really have a holiday that like I like really love that much, and I had made a joke that St. Patty's Day is going to be my holiday. So hasn't happened yet.
She's gonna go all out. She's even got the red hair. She's gonna dye the other half of it for March so she can look really Irish.
Now listen, Darcy the other day sent me a picture on Instagram of like a Target setup, and they're like, Target's ready for you. And I'm like,
please, that's amazing.
I just don't think I want to pay like Target prices for St. Patty's decorations. I'm gonna be honest. Target's a little pricey.
I'll pick up some stuff for you. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have not a clue on like next month's book.
No, I have no thoughts towards the matter yet.
Wait, whoa. Daisy Jones and the Six, like the show is coming out the 3rd of March?
I didn't realize it was coming out so soon.
I didn't realize that either. I haven't read it, but I want to read it before the show comes out. So now that just got added to my TBR.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. For our book club, we won't read Daisy Jones because we're a fantasy book club, so we stick with our fantasy books.
If Daisy Jones wants to bust out like some cool singing powers, then sure. But
people are saying Dance of Thieves. That would be good.
I want to read
we
the
had
Remnant
time.
Chronicles first.
Well, how long is the Remnant Chronicles?
3 books.
Oh, okay. So maybe not March. But I think Dance of Thieves would be like a good book club book, potentially. Yeah. So hurry up and read the Remnants series, whatever. Like you don't have 20 billion other things that you're in the middle of reading.
Yeah. Like I need to add more books to my TBR right now.
Avery asks, do we ever do adult books for the book club or just YA?
We do both.
We do both, yeah. Because in January we did an adult. But I think our first one was also an adult. 5th season, that was an adult novel as well. We typically lean towards YA just because it's more accessible for more people. Because I know a lot of people don't really like adult fantasy because just like how long they typically are, and it's kind of hard to be able to
like read it in a month.
Read it in time, yeah. We Hunt the Flame.
I like that idea.
I like that idea too, because I actually own that one, so I don't have to buy it.
That one, but
that would be that's one that's been on both of our TBRs for a while.
Yeah.
And that's just a duology, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't like when we start like first books and like long series because they're like, no, series.
If anybody has any standalone suggestions, what fantasy book do you recommend somebody who's never read fantasy before? I think what I started.
I don't know. I've always read like fantasy, so it's kind of hard.
I feel like
sorry, go ahead.
It kind of depends on like, do you have any tropes in contemporary books that you like? And then you could kind of go from there and find like fantasy books that have those tropes. Of course, Darcy is recommending Sorcery of Thorns.
I was just reading that.
Honestly, I do feel like Sorcery of Thorns would probably be a good like fantasy book to start out with because it's not like super heavy on the fantasy. I mean, like there is a lot of fantasy in it, but I think it's very easy to understand.
Yeah.
ACOTAR could be good.
That's like my default answer for a lot of things is ACOTAR. Like I really think it's like a simple series with like still like some politics you could dive deeper into, but it's still like at a base level, if you understand nothing about like the world, you can still kind of like grasp the book and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stay away from adult fantasy. I would say like start with like a popular YA series, because typically the really popular YA fantasy series are easy to get into.
You could try like The Cruel Prince.
So
like that would be a good one.
Like some part of me like deep down just like refuses to recommend The Cruel Prince, even though I loved it. Like I forget that I read it and loved it because I just had this deep set hatred for Holly Black for so long that it like goes against my natural instinct now.
Well, I will recommend The Cruel Prince.
It's good. I did enjoy The Cruel Prince. I will say I did enjoy that. Yeah, I mean, ACOTAR is tried and proven to get people into reading. My friend Lexi, she wasn't into reading, and then she struck up conversation with me, and I never don't talk about books. So I was like, hey, you should read this. I lent out my my first edition book, which I bought like the new cover for if I ever need to loan it out, because I'm like, those suckers are selling for a lot of money. Like I'm not loaning that out anymore.
That's very valid.
Ranger's Apprentice is technically like a little bit fantasy, like the first 4 books. Those are simple reads. Nice and easy, nice and fun. Quit shaking your head.
I do think
Cassandra Clare books are good. The Infernal Devices, I think, is a good fantasy.
I was going to say, somebody recommended Shadowhunters. I do think that would probably be a good starting point because it does lean a bit more urban fantasy. Or, I mean, like, it is urban fantasy. So it would be easy to, like, get into it. You could do
Percy Jackson. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that one because that's middle grade. Super fun, super easy.
Yeah.
Such a fun time.
I think somebody recommended Six of Crows, but I think if you're going to want to read Six of Crows, I feel like you should start with Shadow and Bone, which could also be a good beginner fantasy series. I feel like it's very easy to follow.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Six of Crows is like one that I like rarely recommend to new fantasy readers. Even though it's like phenomenal, the world building in that one is a little more hard to understand. But if you watch the Shadow and Bone TV show and then read Six of Crows, I think you'll understand it.
I feel like
there's like a shortcut.
Six of Crows really just like throws you into it. I feel like Shadow and Bone gives you a lot of good background that's helpful.
Oh, absolutely. God, I would kill to read Shadow and Bone before I read Six of Crows, so I can understand it and appreciate it more.
I did. I told myself I wasn't going to read Shadow and Bone before I read Six of Crows, but then just like randomly picked it up on my phone one day and I was like, oh, this is kind of good.
Yeah, I had read Six of Crows for my high school book club, which like I was thinking back to the high school book club and like most of the books we chose, like I was the one that recommended it. So I just had a little bit of power went right to my head. I was like, we should read this and we should read this. Our book club was not a very good book club. We literally like never talked about books.
Nice.
We just like get together like during like a study hall period and we'd be like, all right, did y'all read the books yet? No? Okay, cool. We'll discuss it next week. That was great.
Oh, somebody asks if it's all right to start with the Infernal Devices. Here's my take on this. And I literally talked about this in the video that I'm posting on Monday, but we're going to talk about it today too.
Wait, what video are you posting Monday? Is it a vlog?
My Chain of Thorns vlog.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler free. So want to put that out there.
Spoiler free.
But I think you should start with the first 3 Mortal Instruments books, honestly. I feel like they explain things a lot better. Even though I hate the Mortal Instruments, I think it's a good intro to the world. And then go and read the Infernal Devices. Hey, that is mean.
No, it was just too funny when I was like, we never talk about books.
This is very rude.
No, that's so funny.
No, like it is funny, but damn.
It's a fun time, okay?
We're being called out.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I don't know if you even finished what sentence you were saying. I was laughing too hard at that comment to pay attention.
I think personally I'd recommend starting with the Mortal Instruments, but you can start with the Infernal Devices. Like it's the first chronologically in her series, so like it would be totally okay to start there if you wanted to.
See, it's so hard because I feel like Cassandra Clare and like Leigh Bardugo have the same problem where like you don't need to start with a series, but it's better if you do start with a series, but it's just not as good as the following series. Because like City of Bones, I only enjoy for like nostalgia's sake. In terms of like writing style and like pacing and stuff, it's a little sketch. But I still like I reread it recently, like 2 years ago, and I was like, okay, I've got that out of my system. It wasn't as good as I like remembered when I was a kid. But then every few years I'm like
the Mortal Instruments? Hey.
Like, is that due for a reread? It's just like 6 books long. And I'm getting my Cassandra Clare content in by the last hours. Because last year I read
The Dark
Artifices, and then the year before I read the Infernal Devices. So I'm spacing out my Cassandra Clare content.
Yeah, I read The Mortal Instruments for the first time 2 years ago. Don't do it, guys.
I don't know how this comment can exist.
Not this show. Actually.
No.
I think I might prefer the TV show.
No. Okay, no. Listen, Katie and I have been slowly watching this TV show, and it is a whole experience because she's seen most of it before.
I have almost all of it.
We literally, when we like are trying to like schedule like when to watch like the Shadowhunters TV show, we're like Simon Hate Fest this Tuesday.
Yes.
Because like I feel nauseous every time he's on screen, and I didn't really like. I didn't mind book Simon that much, but TV show Simon like irks me to no end. Like the amount of rage and disgust that fills me when he is on screen.
No, I don't
No.
actually, I kind of like Simon in the series, like, currently where he's at, but, like, when I was reading the more Linstermans, don't like him. But, like, when you see him in other books, like, later in the series, I do like Simon. But, like, in the more Linstermans, I don't like Simon and didn't like him. In the show, I don't like Simon.
See, my problem with the show is, like, the casting is just and the casting and the acting is so bad. And, like, the one attractive character is just an ass. And so, like,
Yeah, but he's
give
nice to
me
look at. We're
something.
talking about the guy that plays Alec, by the way,
Yeah.
but he's just terrible.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, "Yes, actors, give us nothing."
Honestly,
You
I could
put
just, like, mute
absolutely
it.
nothing into that scene.
Just, like, mute it, and then it'll all be good.
Oh, someone said the movie was awful. I think I have nostalgia for the movie because I actually kind of like the movie, and now it's kind of jarring watching the TV show because I don't like how they like modernized it. But the casting in the movie, looking back, is also a little sketchy.
They just, I
Actually,
don't
no, it definitely
know.
is sketchy.
I don't know how they managed to mess it up twice.
Okay, the only character they nailed is Simon because he's annoying in both.
Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of like the guy that plays Magnus in the, TV
TV though.
show. I
Yeah.
think he does a good job. I mean, Magnus is already, like, an out there
If
character anyway, so I
if
feel
he
like
was
he's
a better
fun.
actor, yes.
Yeah.
Like he's not bad. He is giving. It's just not enough. But in terms of like he's matching the level that everyone else is giving.
He's also, like, I know him from Glee too, so I'm like, "Oh my god, hey, Mike."
Stop. I hate
Is
every
it
time.
Mike?
I
I think his
forget
name's
every
Mike.
time until you mention it again that he played in Glee. I'm like,
Well, yeah, because he's from Glee, and then the guy that plays Luke is from the Old Spice commercials.
he is. That's so funny. Have we talked? We've talked about this in like
Um,
3 live shows. I'm pretty sure.
Probably, but, like, we're still making our way through the series. We have
We're
not
on
made
like
it very
episode
far.
11
There's,
of
like,
season
3
1.
seasons. I don't see how it made it 3 seasons, honestly, like, I'm shocked.
Oh yeah. I get how it got a season 2 because I feel like book to show adaptations typically like will have an influx of people watching the show before like people realize it's bad. And so they're like, "Oh, people loved it. Give it a second season." And then season 2, maybe season 2 was better than season 1. No, okay.
No.
Did the graphics at least improve?
No, I don't think so. It's been a while since I watched it, but I think it still looks kinda ridiculous.
Okay, lovely.
No, I do
Oh.
agree. I like the casting for Jace in the movie a bit better. I feel like Jamie Campbell Bower kinda just looks like Jace more, and, like, how I imagined him.
Yeah, TV
TV
show
show
Jace
Jace is
looks like a
not
frat
good.
boy.
Yeah.
He looks like a frat boy. I do not trust him with Clary at all. I'm like, "Careful. He's probably on a list."
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
there's a
goodness.
Infernal Devices TV show. Would you give it a chance? I don't know, to be
You
honest.
would
I
watch
don't
it.
trust them.
You would watch it.
No, like, I don't trust them.
You would watch it.
No,
Because it
I
doesn't
don't
matter
know.
if it's bad or good, you would watch it.
No, because,
Just
like,
to know.
no. Okay, because now that I've watched the TV show for the more Linstermans, I'm like, those are how I imagine the characters. I
For
can't
the
imagine
movie.
them as, like, anything else, and I don't wanna mess up my image of the
Okay,
characters in the Infernal Devices.
but with the Infernal Devices, you have seen, like, a lot of fan art, so I feel like that's more cemented in your mind.
I just don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think I could do it. I don't want them to do it. I think they could maybe do The Dark Artifice as well as, like, a TV show or a movie since it's more modern day. Set it in LA, I think they could maybe kill
I
it.
kinda would like that to be, like, a movie
Yeah.
trilogy. I
I
think
don't
that
think
would
anybody
be
would, like, I don't think they would do that because I don't think The Dark Artifice is popular enough, but
yeah. It just doesn't give me, like, TV show vibes, just because, like, The Dark Artifices, I feel like, has, like, some really slow points that I feel like doing a movie could make it more, like, action-packed, because then they can cut out all the slow scenes.
somebody asked if I watch Vampire Academy. I watched the first few episodes of it, and I wasn't really into it. I didn't really like it that much.
I thought oh, that's Vampire Diaries.
Oh, trust
I'm
me, I
like,
love Vampire
I thought you
Diaries.
loved it.
No, Vampire Diaries, absolute top tier. I didn't love Vampire Academy. I kinda wanna try watching the movie and see if that's any better. It's probably not, but
Just try it out.
yeah. I just, like, why can't they adapt books well?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what was a really good adaptation? The Queen's Gambit
I knew
on
you were gonna
Netflix.
talk about the Queen's Gambit.
I have to. We're talking about TV shows. Seriously, like the book was a little like boring. It was like very cut and dry, but the Netflix show did like a really, really good job, which like obviously because it won all those awards, but like even for like not liking chess in the slightest, like not knowing that much about chess, it was
Yeah,
like it was really good. Not the book, the TV show. The book I wouldn't recommend unless you're like a diehard fan who wants to see the source material.
yeah.
But even then, I'm like, say our expectations low. It was written in 1983, and so
Really?
it's kind of like old.
Yeah,
It's not like ancient, but it just has the feel of a book written in the 1980s.
yeah. Would I ever
The
read the
Hunger
book?
Games, that is true.
Yeah.
Hunger Games is a decent. I just do not like Jennifer Lawrence as an actress, and I know she's a talented actress. I don't know what it is about her acting. I just don't like it. I don't like her style of acting. I don't know.
Um,
I couldn't do it in X-Men. I couldn't do it in the Hunger Games. Every time she's in a movie, I'm like, great, this movie is ruined.
I don't think I've seen the Hunger Games since like I watched them when they came out. I went to see them in theaters, and that might be the last time I've seen them.
I think I don't think I've sat down and like watched the movie all the way. Like not the first one probably, but like the second and third, like when we used to have like TV, I like would catch snippets of it when my parents had it on when I lived at home.
I just like I don't love
But
the Hunger Games really. Like I have a soft spot for it because like I read it in middle school and I really liked it then, but like now I know I wouldn't enjoy it.
yeah, no, that's fair. I think there's like the nostalgia, but I'll never reread them because I just
Now,
yeah.
I would reread Divergent because I was so unbelievably obsessed with Divergent. Like more so than Hunger Games. Like that was my shit in 7th grade. I recently rewatched the movie with my friend Elaine, and it was so bad, but it was so good.
I always love hearing what you and Elaine are watching. Like it's always something that I'm just like questionable decision, but as long as you're having fun.
No, it was such a good time because we both love Theo James in that movie. I used to think he was so fine when I was 13. I was like, oh, a man.
You and so many people in the world. I was not one of those people. Like I can agree. I'm like, yes, he's conventionally attractive.
Oh, like now he's like pretty, like, I'm like, okay, whatever. But like when I was 13, next level. Oh, the 2005 Pride and Prejudice adaptation is so good. I love it so much.
I don't think I've seen it. I'm not one to like spend my time with classics.
See, I don't really watch a lot of like period, not period. Well, I guess it kind of is a period piece, but like the there's a term for it. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I do love Pride and Prejudice, but I also love there's like a 2007 or 7 adaptation of Northanger Abbey, which I also really love.
I think I just have trauma attached to like period pieces like that because I remember being forced to watch Gone with the Wind in 7th grade
Oh,
for
in
like
7th
2 weeks
grade.
straight.
My God.
It was like 2 weeks straight of just like slowly watching through this movie
And it
in
was like
like
a
45-minute
movie.
class periods.
Why would they show that
Horrible.
to middle school?
I don't know. But I know for sure we were in middle school. Because at my old school.
That is interesting.
It was a choice.
Yeah. Did you have to read it or just watch it?
Just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. If we had to read it, I think it would not. Okay, see, Faith had to do it too. Like, literally, why? What was the reason? What was the reason? Oh, you know, speaking of Maze Runner, there's oh my gosh, Thomas, what is his name? I don't remember the actor's name, but I'm pretty sure it's Thomas something. But he's also in the Queen's Gambit, and I saw him, and I was like, Maze Runner dude.
Maze Runner dude.
So he could understand the suffering. I mean, fair enough. You read it and watched it. That's such a long book. I don't know if it's no.
It's over
I feel like
1,000 pages.
okay, yeah. I was like, I feel like oh, it is Brody. I don't know why I said Thomas. I think it's whoa. My brain just like absolutely just did not finish that sentence. But okay. I feel like forcing someone to read that in English, like in an over 1,000-page book, is ridiculous. And yes, it was. Is it Brody? Is that his name? It is Thomas. Okay, I'm going insane.
I got 3 names.
I'm like, is it Thomas? Is it Brody?
I never watched The Maze Runner. I never read The Maze Runner. I don't even know what it's about. Running through mazes.
I mean, there is that, yes.
Oh well, then I don't need to know anything else.
It's a whole like science experiment situation. It's kind of cool, but I don't like the book. And then I feel like the adaptations are okay, like the movies. But they do that thing where like the writers of the movie are like, what if we just like kind of stuck with the source material, but then fucked with it a little bit. You're just like, why? But no, I would say that's actually a decent adaptation.
Oh, there definitely are good adaptations out there, but I feel like all of the YA adaptations suck.
Shadow and Bone just set the bar way too high. Yeah. Like, I'm so excited for season 2. That is so soon. March 17th? March 19th? I know it's
sometime in March. Oh, I'm going to be watching that over spring break. I'm so excited.
Oh, no, it's the 16th. It's the day before my favorite holiday.
Oh, of course.
I'm so excited. I'm also extremely excited for the Percy Jackson series. They just finished shooting. So it's going to be like another year. But I'm excited.
I don't know if I'm going to watch it, to be honest.
Really? Wait, did you read Percy Jackson when you were younger?
I read the first few books, and then I reread it a few years ago. And I definitely
21.
Yeah, I definitely really. Huh?
Beginning of your channel.
Oh yeah. I definitely really like it, but I don't watch a ton of TV anyway. So
I will watch it, and I'm not as scared as I was because it can only go up from the movies. Like it literally cannot be worse than the movies.
No, I think it'll be a really good adaptation. But
I love who they cast for Percy. I think it's perfect. He has Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor as a kid, and it's so funny to me. He's perfect for Percy. So
I wish I could remember more about watching the Percy Jackson movies when I was younger, because I know I watched them. I know they're bad, but I can't remember anything about them.
You know the best thing about this conversation?
What?
Is there is another live stream where we have this same exact going down the rabbit hole, starting with Cassandra Clare. Someone asks, how should we read Cassandra Clare? I bring up the TV show because I'm obligated to do so.
Well, I mean, we're watching it, so
leads on to us talking about adaptations, which then leads on to talking about Divergent and Maze Runner as well, which then leads to talking about our current conversation of Percy Jackson.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy
the deja vu is hitting so hard that I'm like, this could have just been cut out of a different live show, because I know we've had this exact same trail of conversation. I think it's hilarious.
We are in a time loop indeed, Faith.
And this month we will be picking up The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss.
Ooh, not again.
Don't break my heart like that, Katie.
Oh man, I'd so love to reread it. Yay.
It's okay. I thought you would like it more, but the second you were like, I don't really like Kvothe, I'm like, oh, she's gonna hate this. This entire series revolves around him.
Me and Kvothe, we have beef now. Oh, what's a popular book you hate? Let's start some drama. I don't even know if I have one. Oh, actually, I do have one. I don't hate it, but I really don't like House of Sky or Earth and Blood by Sarah.
Oh, The Crescent City. I gotta look through my Goodreads because I genuinely, the second anyone asks me questions about books, I'm like, I've never read a book in my life.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how to read.
Actually, this book club is a facade.
Oh, no, I do have a better one. I really do not like Beach Read by Emily Henry.
I have one, and I just read it recently. I knew there was one I read recently. I just couldn't remember which one Ninth House. So many people like Ninth House. And I'm like, I two-starred the shit out of that book.
Poor Leigh Bardugo.
It was not good.
No, we can't start talking about it again.
The OGs know about the oatmeal conversation. The OGs know.
Yeah.
the iconic 7-minute long debate over how to cook oatmeal.
We can't get into it again. We can't even start talking about it again because we will just like go.
I have not had oatmeal in so long. I think we need to have another little oatmeal call at some point.
I had oatmeal
Little
last
party.
week, and it did not hit the same.
It's because I wasn't there with you.
I'm out of my oatmeal era, I think. I don't think it's just your fault.
Oh no.
I'll get back into it in like a few months, but like right now I'm like, ew, not oatmeal.
Yeah. I bought a bad box again.
Oh.
And so I haven't had it since. Cause I'm just like, I don't want to pay this much money for fucking oatmeal to then throw away the whole box because it's bad.
Not worth it.
The grocery prices right now are ridiculous. Fucking inflation.
Going grocery shopping just makes me depressed.
Oh my gosh. Because I think I'm budgeting so well, and I'm like, oh, why is it costing me so much more money to buy groceries?
Oh, somebody DNF Song of Achilles.
Honestly, I'm kind of mad that I spoiled myself for what happens that like depresses everyone. But then I think back to books that have emotionally wrecked me, and the same thing has happened in those books. So I'm like, I can't mention which author though, because that would kind of spoil it if you've read Song of Achilles. But I don't know. I get they're sad, but
well, my thing with Song of Achilles is it's based off of Greek myth. So like, isn't it kind of a like, don't you know? If you've read like the Iliad, don't you know what's gonna happen? Or just like know about the Iliad?
Yeah.
Maybe people just don't know about the Iliad.
I mean, you had to read it for your Greek lit class.
I probably would have read it anyway, though.
Yeah. I don't know about the Iliad.
It's about the Trojan War. Faith, why would you hurt me so?
See how you're feeling right now is how I felt when you told me that you didn't enjoy The Name of the Wind and that you didn't want to continue Ranger's Apprentice.
I didn't DNF
broke my
either
heart.
Of those.
Broke my heart.
I'm about to take DNF out of this live stream. Can I do that? Can I block people? Take no slander.
No, I love reading people who have very opinionated opinions in the book club. Faith, I'm using you as an example just because I know you're super opinionated. I love seeing the discord in the Discord.
So much Discord.
I really hated that discourse in the Discord. Anyways, it's just fun seeing like people like love a book and then some people just be like, actually, I hated it. Which is why I always read 1-star reviews on Goodreads after I finish a 5-star read for me. Like, let me just see what these people are tearing into. It's so entertaining.
I never do that, but like if I don't like a book, then I'll go look at the 1-star reviews. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's
You're justified. Yeah. No, the second after I finished crying my eyes out after The Seven Husbands, I was just reading all this one read. One star Goodreads reviews. Atlas 6. It was like really confusing and hard to get into. I know Katie wouldn't enjoy it because it's dark academia, but I have a thing for like academia books. Like I really do like books set in an academia setting, but it was really confusing for like most of the book until it made sense, and now I want to reread it and read the second book.
See, I read the first 25 pages of it. I think I was in a reading slump, so I couldn't get into it, but I still don't think I'd enjoy it. And then I saw that the self-published covers were selling for a lot of money on eBay, so I sold mine. I was like, I don't need it. Get out of here. I made some money, so I was like, okay. I still have no regrets.
Callie, I would never, like, I don't know. I really go off, like, gut instinct with my star rating, because I don't really rate it based on, like, how good the book was written, or, like, things that went. If I enjoyed it, it's giving 5 stars. If I cried, it's getting 5 stars. If I would reread it, and it was a solid read, I would give it 4 stars. 3 stars is kind of, like, average for me. 2 stars, I'm like, okay, some parts of it were interesting, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then 1 stars are typically, like, I would have DNF'd the book, but I wanted to leave a 1-star review. So
I basically feel the same way. Like it's always just what are the vibes of the book? If the vibes were there, it's getting a 5-star.
Yeah, we're 2 booktube channels that are just like, I really enjoyed this book. The vibes are immaculate. Do I remember anything that happened? Not really, but the vibes. They were
And
so good.
well, like, I like it when people do that because I'm like, well, if they thought the vibes are good, then like I'll probably think the vibes are good, and then I'll give
Oh
it a
yeah.
5 star.
I'm like,
I'm
I
like,
don't want a
oh,
deep analysis about how like the character and the world building were like deeper than you thought initially. I'm just like, the romance was so cute. I
like
like the
these other
romance.
smart people that do that. You can go watch their videos.
No, I mean, take this book club for example. Do you think we have any like revolutionary thoughts when we discuss the book? No. We'll probably talk about oatmeal for 7 minutes. Who knows? Honestly, who knows what we'll do? We'll start reading at 11:45.
Oh yeah, 4 minutes. Oh god.
Sorry, I was gonna try to give you some more warning because I was gonna do 11:30, and then we got on discussion of like time loops and yeah,
We got stuck in our own time loop.
we got stuck in our own time loop. Yeah, the 5-star feeling.
There is a
The best
5 star feeling.
The best feeling. Because I feel like if I have to sit and think, and like, is it a 5-star? It's probably not a 5-star. Legendborn was the only one that I was like between a 4 and a 5, so I gave it a 4.5. I was like, it was really good, but then there was parts that really annoyed me, and I was like, oh, perfect. I really just go on gut instinct, but I'll never like change my rating. I like going back and seeing kind of what I initially thought of books. Like Akatar is 3 stars on my Goodreads because the first time I read it, I gave it a 3 stars.
I gave ACOTAR 4 stars.
I believe it. I gave Colleen Hoover 4 stars. I would now 1-star them.
That's a choice.
It was a choice, and it's there on my Goodreads, just plaguing me. I've been very close to like changing the star ratings on those books, but I'll let them be. That was my initial thoughts. I'll let them be. I've changed.
I think I've changed a few of my star ratings.
Really?
For whatever reason. I think I changed my my star rating on From Blood and Ash after I read the 3rd book in that series because I was like, this is terrible. I still liked the first one, but I was like, it does not deserve my 5 stars.
I always been like, oh, I'm not that invested in the series, but those are like releases that like when they release, like I read them like almost within the month because I read it with like my friend that I got into reading, and she's super invested, and so then that kind of made me invested. So I like the prequel series a lot. I feel like if you did want to return to that universe, and if you did like the first book, then you would perhaps like the series. But it's not worth it, really.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I've seen some people doing star rating audit videos recently. I think they look really cool.
Star rating audit. That would be fun.
Were you like seen like somebody was going through all their 5, I think it was Books with Lala. She was going through all of her 5-star reads and like trying to figure out what like in a book makes her give like something 5 stars, but you could also like go through all of your 5-star reads and be like, does this deserve 5 stars? Something like that could be kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because like nostalgia does play a big part in a lot of like high rated books for me. Especially like Ranger's Apprentice is like the prime example because, well, I don't think like they're the best books in the world. Like I do think that, but in terms of like writing and stuff, like there are like way better books written. But I just have like such a very like strong nostalgia for these books, and I'm like, they are amazing. And I will take no criticism on that. But I've grown because I will take criticism on it. And I'm excited to like discuss it with people next week. But like I understand they're not like the best books, but they are in my heart.
That's valid.
Says the multiple tattoos I have for that series. That would be a fun idea to like see if we still like agree with like what 5-star rating.
The funny thing is I have this video. I never posted it because I think I just forgot that I had it. But I can't post it now because it's very out of date. But I was tier ranking my 5-star reads. I did it like last October. And I just never posted it because I don't think I ever like made a thumbnail for it, and then I forgot about it. So now it's not relevant anymore because I have like so many 5-star reads between like then and now. But it was an interesting concept.
Yeah. I think my problem, if I did a tier rating, I would just like exclude the entirety of Ranger's Apprentice. Because I give every single Ranger's Apprentice book 5 stars, no matter how good or bad it is.
Well, you could just like preface that, be like, we're not talking about Ranger's Apprentice here.
But that'll be a separate video. I do have like a video where I like rank the series, and I want to do that again. It's just fun to see like my tastes and like different things I relate to, change my opinions on things. It's 11:45. Sorry, this is cute. Okay, I'm having a fun time. I gotta see what happens.
But reading's lame. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We have to do another collab soon. We got to figure out what sort of collab we want to do. If anyone has collab ideas while you're reading for me, Katie.
Yeah, what stupid videos do you want to see us do?
Share it. Please share your video ideas.
I'd love to do one.
I'd love to do what y'all want to see. What a concept. Anyways. Oh, I'll
do the thing.
Oh no, you have the emojis.
Yes. Where? Okay.
Cass is married to Ranged Apprentice. Cass thinks that loving Ranged Apprentice is a personality trait. Oh, I already am seeing some good ideas popping up in the chat for videos. So I'm excited to read through those. Stalk through the chat. You're very focused. Very intense focus face.
Getting us some good emojis. Okay. These are very fancy.
What's the emojis gonna be? Ooh, is that a mountain?
Yes. Guess what the emojis are alluding to.
It's getting ACOTAR because I'm reading ACOTAR right now.
Close.
Like the second book, obviously.
I was thinking Throne of Glass. The Mountains of Terracin or whatever.
I'm thinking the mountain tattoo, moon because of the Night Court, and sword because Illyrians.
I just always associate mountains with Throne of Glass. I don't know. That's my hot take for the day.
I do it with ACOTAR, but anyways,
yeah,
you've cut into 2 minutes of my reading time. So
haha, I win. All right,
y'all at 12:15. It's a half hour.
Reading.
Will Cass remember to unmute her mic this time? Who knows? Stay tuned. Guess you remember to unmute this time.
Yeah.
How far'd you make it?
Made it to page 180.
Hold
Ooh,
on.
look like that.
I ended up somehow reading 100 pages and I don't know how I did that.
Nice.
That's so fun. Oh my goodness. I just want to sit here for the rest of the day and finish that book. Not the rest of the day. It won't take me that long, but
Until you're finished with it.
until I'm finished, yes. Welcome back. How is everyone's reading?
Hope you guys got some good stuff read.
Hopefully. My book's getting good. The tension is there.
Love.
It's not as good as XOXO though. That book was just so cute.
It really was so fun.
Darcy said, honestly, I went and made lunch.
As you should.
I will be doing that very soon.
Oh, me too. I'm so hungry.
I'm really hungry. I didn't have time to eat breakfast. See, Ro, you and I both have the same thing. I always get really into whatever I'm reading, and then we have to come back. I'm like, no. No. Darcy, I'm reading a book called Once Upon a K-Prom by Cat Show. It's just like a fun little like K-pop romance book. I wish there were more like cute K-pop books. You would think there would be, considering how big the industry is. And
I just want Axio to write another K-pop related book.
Me too.
Because she has The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, which I do want to read, but it's not K-pop related.
Yeah. I just love it. It's just so fun.
It low-key makes me feel like I'm reading fan fiction, but it's not about actual people, so it's less weird.
No, see, the problem is the second they mention like real groups, I laugh. And that's what there's like these like info pages with like the members of like the fictional group.
Yeah.
And like there's like fun facts at the bottom. And at one it was like friends with like Stray Kids is Felix and Changbin. And I lost my shit. So I don't know if anyone saw me like cackling earlier, but it was so funny to me. I was like, when was this published?
Why don't they just make up different groups?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, keep all the groups fictional, because the second they mention like Blackpink or like Monsta X, I'm like, you just took me back into the real world, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Adele asked if we have any tips on reading faster. Honestly, like I read different books at different paces, and it's like it doesn't matter really how fast you read as long as you're like enjoying the book. So there's no like tips to make you. I've just always been a really fast reader. Like, I don't know. There's nothing that I practice to suddenly make me a fast reader.
The only thing I can really think of is like if you can read the audiobook along with like the book that you're like physically reading, you can really like amp up the like the speed on the audiobook. And I feel like it makes it easier to read it faster, for me at least.
Interesting. Because I still read too fast ahead of the audiobook.
Oh, well, it must be nice.
I was trying to read Babel with the audiobook and I really enjoyed it, but I was on a time crunch. I put it up to 3 times speed and it was just too much. I was like, I'm still like flying ahead of the narrator. So yeah, there's no like tips I can really like provide. I don't know. Read more.
Yeah, I feel like the more you read,
the audiobook is
you'll probably end up reading. So
yeah, I mean the audiobook is probably a good method. I don't know. I don't know. I once heard it helps to read faster if you shut off the voice reading out loud in your head. Y'all have a voice reading out loud in your head.
Yeah. It's kind of just like your subconscious. Is it just your conscience? I like listening to myself narrate my books, so won't do that.
Interesting. The only time that's ever happened to me was actually the other day when I was reading Babel and I was listening to the narrator, and then I turned it off to read myself, but my brain was still narrating in the narrator's voice almost until I like was able to shake that off and read faster.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. I forget that's how people read. I don't know. Having distractions is good. I don't know if it would make you read faster. It would make you read more though. But I mean, as long as you're enjoying the book, like there's no need to like rush through it.
Literally, like the only time I rush through books is like the book
The
club
night before
books.
the book club.
That's when I
Yeah.
employ my audiobook thing. I'm like, God damn, I gotta read this.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're enjoying a book. Like you really want to just spend your time there for the first time and really like enjoy it. Like XOXO is one that I really wish I like slowed down with reading. I read it at my normal pace, but I was like, I wish like I wanted to be there longer.
I feel like it's hard to like read XOXO like over a span of time though, because you really just like fall into it and you're just like next page, next page, next page.
Yeah. Yeah. I think let's say riddles. I think riddles are the best. We're just, everyone's different. You just gotta find what works for you. I don't think like the goal should be to read faster though. Like I understand because you would probably like want to read more books, which like everyone wants to read more books, but you want to be able to enjoy the books you're reading. So I feel like I make people feel like a slow reader because I read so much, but like I'm just an anomaly, I swear.
It's just insane.
Like y'all reading like 30-ish pages, 30 to 40 pages in a half hour, like I feel like that's a reasonable pace. Like that's the average pace.
Yeah, like as long as you're enjoying your book, who cares how fast you read it?
Yeah. I'm just built different, y'all. I'm not I'm sorry. And again, it's like the type of book you're reading too, because like when I was reading The Name of the Wind, I slowed down a lot because I was annotating, and then I think I became more of like a slower reader, and like because I was annotating and wanting to pay attention to like little details. But for like this book, it's just gonna be an average, fun, cute little read. So I'm not looking to like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll stream for 7 more minutes. So if we have any final thoughts, final questions, feel free to pop those in.
That last sprint, really, I'm so tired now, and I don't know why.
I'm just hungry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just hungry. I'm gonna make myself a breakfast sandwich for lunch. It'll be so good.
I'm gonna go make some chicken nuggets for lunch because
chicken nuggets.
I eat like a 12-year-old.
Hey, I eat like a toddler too. So,
although I'm gonna make some zucchini along with it, so it like balance it out.
Oh, absolutely. I had spaghetti yesterday and peanut butter and jelly the last like 12 days. I run off peanut butter and jelly. It's kind of ridiculous at this point.
I run off of chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
I found heart-shaped chicken nuggets for Valentine's Day, so I've really been enjoying them.
Oh, Darcy asked, but are they dino nuggies?
No, not dino nuggets. They're heart-shaped chicken nuggets, which are even cuter.
Oh, Valentine's Day chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I saw an ad for them on Instagram. So I immediately went out to like Walmart because that's where they had them, and I was like, I need 2 bags, thank you.
I need to go shopping. I hate shopping. I hate grocery shopping so much. Not to feel like an adult, but adulting shit sucks.
Odell wants to know. We'll have my vlog for Chain of Thorns. It's coming out on
Monday. I'm so excited for that.
There will be a little spoilery section at the end if anybody's also read Chain of Thorns, but I will preface that in the video, so like do not worry if you haven't read it.
Yeah, Faith, I was thinking the same thing, but like if you don't think about it, like dino-shaped nuggies and heart-shaped nuggies, they're cute, and we'll leave it at that.
I never think about the fact that like I'm just demolishing them. They're just cute. And they come out of the oven, I'm like, aw.
Little hearts. Avery asked if you have a roommate and why you never speak about your roommate.
I do have a roommate, but like we're not really that close, so we don't really do a bunch of stuff together. Like she's great, but like we don't hang out really. So
Was it like a college situation, like a random roommate selection, or?
no, we worked together
Okay.
sophomore year, and we were both looking for a roommate. So we're like, hey, she was like, hey, and now we're roommates.
I feel like that's a good balance though. Like
Yeah, because last year I
being
was like
your own.
best friends with my roommate, and like I just felt like we had to be hanging out all the time. Or like
Oh my
just
gosh, yes.
I
My
was like,
productivity has declined
I was like, what if I
rapidly.
just went to my room and didn't associate with anybody?
Yeah.
That's what I get to do this year.
Yeah. I just talk about my roommate a lot because like we do quite a bit together, and she's my only like best friend who like lives close to me because my two other best friends are in Missouri. So hey,
Hey,
yeah, no, the weird thing about the situation with Katie is like one of my friends from high school ended up going to Katie's college, and I didn't know that when I started watching her channel and became friends with her. I was like, what are the odds that
I
they
was
just
so
happen to
confused
both live
when we
next door?
first met up. You're like, yeah, Lexi goes to Mizzou, and I was like, she
I
does.
go to Mizzou. Wait a minute.
Speaking of, I've seen her twice this week on campus.
Really?
Never seen her on campus before, ever.
I'm gonna
Just
tell you
seen
that.
her twice.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm just like watching the timer tick down. I'm like, food.
Food.
So close to food. But yeah, it's like really weird to like think about like that happening. I don't know. It's weird. Katie just looks like the perfect roommate. I look like a nightmare, don't I? Is that why it wasn't directed at me? I am probably a nightmare. I'm sure my current roommate is not like me.
I will
No, we're
let you guys
besties.
know if Cass is a nightmare to live with eventually.
Eventually. Uh, it's just my sleep schedule, really. I'm not at our apartment sucks. Like our walls are like way too thin. Like I could be talking at this volume and you could hear us like in the living room down the hallway. So
It's crazy.
it's yeah. But we don't have upstairs neighbors. And there's hold on, how many days until I move out? 78. I've got a little
Down.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I was gonna show my screen, but I was like, I hope there's nothing incriminating on my screen. But that is Han from Stray Kids pointing at my little countdown timer of how many days until I move out. um I was like, wait, before I just like flip my phone screen around
Incriminating evidence for something.
at myself. Oh my goodness. It's so funny having like K-pop idols as a background though. Because like when my coworkers see it, they're like, and I'm like, listen,
I
I
definitely.
can explain.
I used to keep photo cards in my phone case.
See, I would, but mine's just like a plain black phone case. I
I
need a
just
pop
had a,
socket because my phone's too big to like hold in my hand, so it'd
I
come with
just
a
had a
photo
clear
card. But
case, so I'd put a photo card in it.
I did, I did the thing that people do at concerts where they like wear their photo cards.
What?
You know, when they have like photo card holders on like their backpack or something, or
Oh, I've never seen one.
no? Okay, well, I did that
Must
the
be a
other
new
day.
invention.
I did that the other day, and I was like, kind of weird. Like, oh my goodness.
Love the K-pop culture.
I might have to change my lock screen soon though, because I think people do that when they get in relationships.
Oh, many things to ask Cass later.
Anyways.
So,
Oh, my face is gonna turn so red. I was
yeah,
talking to my coworkers the other day and they were teasing me and my face literally turned so red. Anyways,
I'll get the deeds later.
I used to have like random like aesthetic Pinterest backgrounds as my lock screen. I think when I had an iPhone, I actually changed the background. When I had a Samsung, like my first phone, like I never changed the default background. Like I would just use like the backgrounds that it gave you. So it was
Ew.
like a yellow screen with like smoke or something going across it.
I always just like I usually choose something kind of seasonal. So like right now, mine is this tree with snow.
Okay. With snow?
Yeah, there's like snow on the branches.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forget the weather there is.
Yeah.
I'm like, it is February.
Hasn't, or actually, no, it snowed here earlier this week, just a bit.
We got iced in Texas, and everything shut down for an entire week because Texas doesn't. It literally, it took me so long. It took us like 20 minutes to drive like 5 minutes down the road. Because I was like, I refuse to drive faster than like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because like I have a little tiny car and I know no one else can like drive in my area. I don't know. Texas, like we can't even drive in the rain. Like, I don't know why people are like, oh my God, it's raining. I have to go as slow as possible. Like, don't zoom and be irresponsible, but like drive normal.
People still kind of do that. Like, even in Missouri, like when it's raining, like nobody knows how to drive.
The amount of crashes though, like I was driving an hour away up to Dallas for dance practice on Tuesday, and there was like 3 or 4 crashes along the way. I'm like, how? It's rain, y'all. Like, it's not that deep. Okay, we talked about the weather. Yes.
We just need to have like take a shot every time we talk about blank in our live streams.
The weather here today is, yeah.
We got oatmeal, K-pop, weather,
Cassandra Clare, movie to book adaptations. Oh my goodness.
How much we hate Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
It's a never ending list.
Time loop. And food, which is what Katie and I are going to go get.
Oh, look at that perfect segue. Okay, bye.
Thank you all so much for coming. I really hope that y'all had fun. I had a lot of fun. I love reading with y'all.
I hope we're all having a great Saturday. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're going to have a great rest of your Saturday.
Absolutely. I hope the people that don't have to work.
Sunday for some people, I think.
It's Sunday. Oh my gosh, yeah, it is Sunday.
Could be. Anybody out there from Australia? Probably asleep if you are. I don't know how time works. Anyway, thank you so much for being here.
Thank y'all, and we will discuss 6 Crimson Cranes in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Last Saturday of February.
2 semanas.
And if you want some more live stream content, I'll be live streaming for Range of Apprentice next week, but you know,
I'll be there in spirit. I'll be watching.
Okay, I was like,
no, not like, you know.
Yeah, not in the stream, but she'll be there.
Yes.
She'll interact in the chat with y'all.
Yeah. I'll hit up a hi and then I'll leave.
Just to prove your presence. You're like, I was there. Remember that part? You know? Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye.